Freddy Krueger. And I'm Boogeyman, aka Silas Boogie, the FHL Insider. And welcome to our first edition of GM's Corner. Well, the lockout's over. We're all here. Feels great to be back, doesn't it, Freddy?
Yes, indeed. And what a frustrating lockout it was.
Not more frustrating for Winnipeg fans. I mean, with Atlanta being forced out of there, GM Graham was forced to move to Winnipeg. And we all know, I guess, the players just didn't like the weather.
Well, yes, that was part of the reason they moved, but anyone with 2 ears knows that they never wanted to be in Winnipeg in the first place. But, you know, with certain time constraints on the league and the season, that was really their only option.
Yeah, so what do? They moved to beautiful Hollywood, Los Angeles, California. And so pretty much started the lockout. We gotta wait for this team and construction to get arena going, all built up and stuff like that. So what do the players do? They don't want to sit around, do they? Nope. So they took off to play in Europe.
But with a little effort and a lot more cash from GMs like Jason Friday the 13th, we see ourselves here today.
Definitely, yeah. We see ourselves here the night before the season opener. League's looking great and strong. Stronger than we've ever seen it in years past. Every team pretty much has a shot at the cup. What do you think?
Oh yes, this is not a betting man's league, as all the odds are so even. But I wasn't too sure about the Boston Bruins. They haven't had any successful seasons, but seeing their exhibition games, it'd be a mistake to count them out right now.
Most definitely.
You hear that?
I do.
You know what that means? There's been a trade.
It's coming in right now. Boston and Chicago.
Wow.
Boston trades Brent Burns, Dougie Hamilton, and Justin Schwartz to Chicago for Drew Doughty and St. Louis' second-round pick. My, that is a big trade right before the season. What are your thoughts on that?
As you said, right before the season. This is the last day of exhibition. Tomorrow is the season opener. Chicago's always been struggling in the playoffs, never been that success that they've always wanted to be, and trading a leader like that right now, I don't think it's the right move.
Well, like you said, Chicago has been pretty struggling throughout the seasons here, and most especially the playoffs. I mean, they went off and traded Shea Weber, and I guess they're really getting rid and changing their philosophy there in Chicago. I mean, they did bring in a nice piece in Brent Burns. He can definitely play in the top four, and Dougie Hamilton. I mean, he's probably got to be the best defensive prospect in the world right now.
That's right. Keyword being prospect. They need a leader. They want to raise that cup. They need Drew Doughty's help. Someone who's been with the team, someone who knows the team, someone who the team can trust, play with them, and lead them to that place.
Well, I guess really only time will tell. I mean, you can only hope that this works out for Chicago. I mean, Boston got one hell of a player, that's for sure.
As all trades, we can never see the winner until much time later.
Well, Freddie, looks like we're running low on time here. I guess we should give our final thoughts.
All right. With the New York Islanders out for this season, the defending Cup champions, the Bragging Rights Cup is up for any GM who can claim it. And we've seen all GMs training very hard in the off-season with this lockout. So there's been many surprises in the preseason, but it just depends on who can claim it in the regular season. That's all that matters.
Well, this year's 2013 edition of the FHL, actually, this is probably the first time we've ever seen an extended season. It pretty much lasts over 24 hours. Everything's pretty much up for grabs. All teams are strong. All teams are well coached. They have size both in the back, the front, and goaltending's been extremely phenomenal this year. There's a lot of balance on all fronts and lots of speed coming through those lines too. I mean, the players really train really hard in Europe, it seems, for this season. This year is probably the most parity we've seen ever in the FHL.
So it seems like there's only one question. Can you lead your team
To glory